Thank you so much. That's a frightening look. You guys, I'm actually nervous tonight, which is kind of weird, because I haven't done this for a while. It's been kind of a rough week for me, too. I gotta be honest, my wife and I found this little baby kitten in our backyard, and it had been deserted. I've been trying to nurse this thing back to health, and my nipples are freaking killing me. No, I'm serious. Painful. Holy shit. Now I know why that little sucker got kicked out. Ouch. No, but you know what, too? I have a mom. My mom's in the hospital this week, and this is not a joke. This is serious. My mom has been on life support systems this week. I know that sounds like I'm going to tell a joke, but it's not. It's been a bad week for me. And actually, I was nearly killed horseback riding a couple of days ago, too. Horrible. If the lady that worked in the Kmart hadn't come out and pulled that cord when she did, I would have seriously. But it could have been worse. There was a rocket ride right behind that. Who knows what that would have been. Can I ask you guys a question, just by show of hands here? Who finds the people that work at fast food restaurants to be brainless? Anyone? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, it's like these people just cannot activate their brain cells. You know what I'm saying? I recently had a situation. I was back in Tennessee, and I'm doing the drive-thru. You guys know what is it called? I'm trying to think of the name of the chicken place. We have
Popeyes.
Popeyes. Thank you very much. Popeyes chicken we have here in California, right? So I see this Popeyes chicken. I'm thinking we have that in California. Surely they'll have good food. So I pull into the drive-thru. When I get up to the window, I hear this little thing come through the microphone. You know, hear me. I said, what? The guy goes, hit you. I'm thinking, okay. I said, I'm sorry, I don't know what you are saying. So the guy slows it down for me. He goes, can I help you? I said, oh, okay. I said, yeah, I want to get that two-piece chicken dinner. And I'm still looking at the thing because I'm reading the sign. I've never been to a Popeyes. He tells me, sides. I said, what are you saying? He goes, sides. Apparently he thought if he said it louder and stretched it out longer, I'd know what the hell he was talking about. So I said, I don't know what you mean. He goes, what do you want on the side? So I said, oh, okay. Now I gotta tell you something before I go any further with this. Before this had happened, I've been talking to my mother-in-law who's from Tennessee, and I said, are you from Tennessee?
Obviously.
Are you really? Obviously. You know what's awesome about Tennessee, you guys? A lot of you guys don't know this, but toothbrushes were invented in Tennessee. It's true. If they'd been invented anywhere else, they would have called them teeth brushes. So here I am at this thing, and the guy says to me, sides. And then finally says, what do you want on the side? I said, I don't know, what do you have? He goes, we got pork and beans, coleslaw, mashed potatoes, and corn on the cob. I said, holy shit. You said that really fast. Can you repeat that? He goes, read the goddamn sign. I was mad. I thought, oh, this guy's being a jerk. That's it. I'm going inside. I'm going to talk to this guy. I was so mad. I thought, I'm going to punch this guy. I have a little temper issue. Anybody here also have temper issues? You guys know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm walking inside the store. I said to my wife, I'm going to go in there and talk to that son of a gun. He can't talk to me like that. When I get in there, I see two guys, and they're verbally arguing with one another. One of them's got one of those little things over his head with a microphone. It was obvious to me he was the guy who'd been talking because his boss is talking to him like this. They're going at each other, arguing, and his boss said what I think is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. His boss looked at him and said, you're lying through your goddamn tooth. And yes, indeed, he had a single tooth right there. Well, this is not my only experience with fast food restaurants. I find them to be interesting. Right here in Morgan Hill, anybody live here in Morgan Hill? Yeah, I pulled through the Taco Bell in Morgan Hill here a couple weeks ago. and I ordered a extra large Diet Mountain Dew light on the ice. I got up to the window, she hands it to me, and she says, "Would you like hot sauce with that?" I thought, okay. I popped the lid open and I said, "Yeah, I'll take the habanero sauce." She goes like this and slams the window shut. She was pissed. She thought it was wrong of me to answer that question. So anyway, I came back, same lady the next day. There's a little sign on the window that said, "No bills over $20, so I ordered everything on the left side of the menu. She rings it up, she says, $264.83. I said, Your sign right there says no bills over $20. She didn't get it. And neither did I. She said, "That's not what that means, you dummy." Here's the funniest thing to me, though. I actually tried. Anybody speak Spanish here? We have some Spanish speakers, right? I started to order some food in Spanish at Taco Bell. Right? I thought, I hear it all the time, people in front of me speaking Spanish. And there's this gentleman there's this guy at the window. He goes, "Are you speaking Spanish to me?" I said, "Well, yeah, I was." He goes, "This is America. Learn how to speak English, damn it." Anyway, I was telling you my mom has been sick, and I was thinking about that tonight, and I thought, I wanted to share with you guys. Anybody here have good, fond memories of your mothers? We do, right? Moms are cool. My mom, the things I remember about my mother is when my brother and I were little kids, we used to get in fights. Anybody get in fights with your siblings? Sure. Everybody here, right? I don't know what it was. Whenever I would walk by, my brother would see a sign on my forehead that said, "Hit me here." So he would hit me. Next thing I know, we're in a fight. My mother would come into the room, and my mom would start screaming. Now, I don't know about your mom, but my mother would hit a high-pitched note, and all the garage doors in the neighborhood would I used to think, oh my God, my mother would do this thing. We'd be fighting, and she would start praying for God to take her. "Oh Lord, I went through hell with these boys. I went through 27 months of pregnancy with them, and this is what I've got to deal with. Please take me, God." Now, my mother's prayers were so fervent that I used to think God was going to take her, and my dad would come home, and I'd have to explain what the heck had happened. He'd be like, "Where's your mom?" "Talk to her." I used to swear that's exactly what was going to happen. I want to share with you something. This is my fondest memory of my mother. My brother and I are in the back seat of the car. My mother's driving the car. And this is my mom. Imagine she's sitting in the seat, driving. She turns around like this. "You two knock it off before I kill us all!" My brother pops his head up. "Oh my God, she's heading for a telephone pole!" I go, "Mom, please!" Real memory. Sweet mom. I used to think it'd be good if there was, because my mother would say things to me like, "Mark, I've had just about enough." I love my mom, so I would say, "Well, Mom, there's plenty more where that came from." Now, you do not want to say that when your mother starts spanking you. If anybody here, we don't have any young people here, but when your mother is spanking you, you don't want to do this. That's what I did. It cost me. My mother did something. My mother would try to slap me, and then I'd ask them, "Anybody have this? Anybody? Just show me if you have. Anybody, your mother tries to slap you and you went like that? Block it." "Mom, you sent me to school to learn how to do that. I'm sorry." My mother would go, "You do not block it when I am smacking you." "I'm so sorry, Mom." "When your dad gets home, I'm going to tell him you blocked my smacks." Yeah, I had those kind of parents. Wonderful, wonderful group of parents. I want to share with you something. Does that mean Mark get off the stage? No. So, I got told recently I do like impersonations. Now, Johnny did a couple of really good ones there. I wanted to share with you. I like your Reagan impersonation. In fact, when Reagan was in office, one of my favorite things, you guys know he had the Alzheimer's, right? His last day in office, it was on a Sunday, and he came on to do the State of the Union address, and he said this. Some of you are going to remember his voice, some don't. He said this, he said, "Well, as you know, today is Easter Sunday, and I am very excited because I got to hide my own eggs." Was that mean? I'm sorry. You know, when Bill Clinton was president, a lot of people don't know this, but I enjoyed this speech that he gave that was kind of on the side telling people what had happened to the Monica thing. You guys know about this? He started talking, he goes, "Well, I'm going to tell you the truth, see? And when I do, you'll be one of 3 people. So don't tell Hill, because she thinks I've been telling her this truth the whole time. The fact of the matter is, I thought she was under there looking for paper clips. What can I say? The subject just sort of popped up. What was I to do? She said to me, Mr. President, I would love to be on your staff." I said, woo-woo. I said, "Monica, do you feel like this is something you can really handle?" She said, "Looky here, I have faced bigger and harder things than this before, and I usually take them head on." I said, "Well, Monica, it's important to me that you treat this thing kind of gingerly, like you would like a family heirloom or like a timepiece or a clock." She said, "Well, Mr. President, this thing doesn't look like a timepiece or a clock." I said, "Well, Monica, just wait till you get 2 hands and a face on it." Now, I'd like to share with you a poem that Bill wrote in the voice of Bill Clinton. I'm going to share with you this poem. It's about myself and Monica, but before I do, I need to explain to you, it was written at the same time as Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, had been captured. It goes like this. Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky were trying to prove what Ted Kaczynski most surely hadn't known, that an intern is better than a bomb in a leather given a choice of how to be blown. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. All right, thank you, guys. That was it.